Yeah, absolutely. And 3F is deciding to defend here. So, yes, it will
Uh-huh.
be CPLAY's responsibility to get that early offensive point, as defense typically has the advantage, and defense will be the first, if they just exchange out, to get to that 16-point limit. So we'll see how this ends up going as Funky streaking in very fast, coming over towards the left, avoids the Rockets, tries to go for a long-range pickoff, just misses, and now will be coming in. Is anybody on the rail pad is the question as he comes around the corner. Does not see a defender to the left, and he kind of suspects, oh, there is one there. Gets the pickoff onto Gico, so Gico's unfortunately standing still is an easy target for this high-level play. And Funky now going to wait out some of this rocket fire. You see him coming out now. Oh, I thought he had that shot onto no skill for sure. Ends up just barely missing. Rotates over, misses again, just barely. Two defenders are still over in that area, though. Gets the pickoff around the corner onto no skill. Now there's only one defender, and there's the shot. An immediate strike here, and Funky will be able to get that point for his team. And I'm sorry, 3F is attacking. I could have swore they selected defense. And so,
Yeah, they set the pace early there with a nice offensive point. And yeah, now it's No Skill's turn to try to get something going for CPLAY. Yeah, I thought so too, man. As far as the attacking and defending teams, but oh well. We're starting this out with a double tap. Funky keeping the pace going with a 1-2-3. The Rockets on the no skill early to get a second point here, and that's 2-0. And here's Fuckster now to try to add to that.
my gosh, he literally has all the points in the game right now. He's got one
All the
offensive
points.
point, and he has 3 defensive points. That is crazy. All your points belong to us, or whatever. Oh, geez, that's amazing. So Foster coming in here now. There might be a player on the rail pads. Got to be careful. Okay, there isn't anyone there, so he should be okay. Tries to get the pickoff onto the pole, just barely missing. Rocket fire now coming out, and ooh, if that would have been the new patch, he might have been able to get the reload off that rocket. But nothing coming of it quite yet. And gets the pick off there on a G-Coast. And now he will be playing 2 defenders versus 3 armor in a very good position. You see him rotating left to right, right to left, doing very well. And you see that shot, that player in the back. Hank, though, gets a hit. And a shot around the corner. And now Foster putting up his team 3-0. And this is an absolute amazing start. It's like 3F all of a sudden it was like, oh, hey, we're warmed up. Let's go.
They seem to be very comfortable on this map. We'll see how Hank does. Wearing the German flag for CPLAY.Tt. He's got some early spam rockets coming in, pre-fire as we often hear it called, and he's going to manage to avoid most of that, or all of it. Well, not that one, though, as 50 does get a hit on him. Taking him down in 2 armors. He's got the one defender behind him in that cage. We see that a lot in these games, and but so he's got to deal with the front and the back. But he's got Funky in front of him and 50 behind him, and or vice versa. And once again, defense all over him, and that's going to make it 4-0. 3F is pulling into a pretty commanding lead here, and here's 50 to go on offense for him.
Yeah, so starting with a 4-0 lead, that is just amazing. Let's see if 50 will be able to get another attacking point. Got one last map, bring his team up 5-0. But CPLAY with a very early rocket, that's by no skill, is looking to come back into this game, showing some signs of life. It's exactly what we want. Just missing that shot onto Hank. That is what he needed. So unfortunately not able to capitalize. Could have brought it back even, but just misses it, and just misses there again. Waiting for his shot. Decides to look for a different. Gets the pick off onto Hank. So good rotation there. And now he's kind of between 2 defenders. Long range shot. Here comes a swarm from the last defender. Gets one hit and then gets a second. As there is an American team called Do Not Jump, and that is exactly why you're a floating floppy duck for anyone to pick out of the air with those rockets.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that's a carryover from other FPS type of games like this, you know, your Quakes and so forth. We're so used to the strafe jump, bunny hop type of thing. It's just instinctive to try to get in the air and move around a little bit. But yeah, sometimes that can not work in your favor here in Shoemania. And it's a hard habit to break, I know, for me. But oh wow, Gico's with a shot on Fuxer to take him out and get him out of that early spot there. Again, that forward defensive slot is it's good to take that out of the way so that you can kind of concentrate on the pole without having to look behind you. So that gives G-Coast a little bit of a chance here. He's down to 2 armor, but he's got 2 defenders to deal with, and he's going to go ahead and start making his attack run now. 1 at the pole, 1 behind. He's going to the pole and going to try to go for the cap. 64%, not quite 50 with the double tap, taking him out, making it 5-1, and they are still holding that lead here, and Funky is going to try to finish him off with an offensive point here.
Yes, and Funky starting with the first 4 points of the game. So, gonna be someone who can definitely do it. Tries to get that long range hit on G-Coast, just misses, and will be rotating now towards that left side, now to the right, tries to get this pick off onto the pole defender, just missing, and is going to start rotating back towards the left. Again, I love this back and forth movement from the European players. It is so exciting to watch, and gets a very early pick off there onto Hank, and now G-Coast gets a hit to make it an exchange, so 1 for 1, streaks over, gets the hit onto, who was it? That was onto G-Coast, but there's a hit by No Skill. It's going to be 1 versus 1, 1 armor versus 1 defender. Is he going to be able to get this last hit, or is the defender going to hit the rocket? Now the pole is alive, so we got to try and get this attack going. Gets the pick off right before the rocket hits, and that will give 3F the victory. And so a very quick performance here. We're actually done in the matter of 17 minutes. So, wow, that was very, very quick. But this 3F team really came alive. Like I said, I feel like they're all of a sudden they're just like, oh, we warmed up. We're good. Let's play.